Hey guys, so I'm on here because I'm going to show you how I make my strawberry poke cake. It is so easy and so wonderful. I wanted to share it with everybody. So I'm going to get right to it, and I'm going to be coming back periodically through the video and different steps that I'm doing so that I don't have to drag out a whole long video. Okay, in this one you'll need a 9 by 13 inch baking pan. If you don't have a mixer, a stand-up mixer, just get you a bowl, hand mix it yourself. You also need some sort of other mixing bowl. In this one, 2 containers of strawberries, or you can get a huge large container. Some strawberry glaze, which is pretty much pureed strawberries, and some sugar. You need some white cake mix, whatever's your favorite. You don't have to get this kind. They're not paying for me to say it, so whatever you want. Some condensed milk, sweetened condensed milk. I just have it in this container. This is not really sour cream. I just saved my bowls. I had some left over from my last poke cake, so I decided I wasn't going to throw it out. I was just going to save it. A container of whipped topping. I get the large container because I always want to make sure I have enough. And I'm not even saying I'm going to need all these strawberries, but I always want to make sure I have more than enough so that I don't have not enough. And in this one, I'm going to be putting blueberries on there because I'm making a red, white, and blue cake. So I'm using the blueberries for stars. And they taste wonderful, and it kind of mixes it up a little bit. Okay, you also want to set your oven for 350 degrees so that you can bake the cake. Okay, all right, I'm going to start getting started, and I'll come back and some of the steps that I'm doing to kind of show you what's going on. Hey guys, okay, grease your pan, however you like it. When it's done, mix your vanilla cake mix up. In mine, a lot of people in white cake mix, they will just use egg whites, and usually I do, but in my poke cake, I like to use whole eggs. It just gives it a really awesome taste that I just love. Okay, guys, real quick, I wanted to give you the measurements. On the sweetened condensed milk, use half a can of it. On the strawberry puree, which is also pretty much strawberry jello, I just like this one better than the package. Use the whole thing of that. And I also forgot to mention that you also add in 1/3 cup of milk, because you're going to want it a little bit runny so that the cake soaks it up. Okay, and I've got my cake in there, and it's cooking right now. So I'm going to get this mixed up real quick, and I can actually probably mix it up a little bit on this video. It's hard trying to hold it and mix at the same time. So just so you can see as I'm mixing it, how it's going to look. And we actually may have to add a little bit more milk. I'll definitely give you the measurements for that, so that you know what you got to do, and you know what you got to have. I don't want anyone to wonder, oh my goodness, what was I supposed to add in that? It was supposed to be half a cup, a whole cup. Okay, it is pretty thick still, so let's add a little bit more milk, and I'll give you the measurements in just a second. Okay, guys. Okay, I ended up adding a full cup of milk into it. I started off with a half, and it just wasn't how I wanted it, so I added another half, and it done perfect. So we're going to say 1 1/3 cup of milk into this mixture, and it does it perfect. So when this goes over this cake, the cake is going to soak it in, and it is going to be so delicious. I cannot wait to show you what it looks like. I'm going to stop it here. I will come back in a few minutes and show you how to cut your strawberries and how to place them. And when the cake is done and it is fully cooled, I will come back and I will show you how to poke it. I will show you how to pour this mix over it. I will show you how to layer it with your whipped cream, your strawberries, and your blueberries, so you can have your very own red, white, and blue strawberry poke cake, so that you can have at any event. 4th of July is coming up, so that would be awesome. Just anything you guys want, okay? I'll be right back. After it's done in the oven, your cake is cooked. I usually like to take a wooden spoon with an end about that big, not too big, And I will poke mine before it gets cooled. And I'll just poke it a little bit like this. I'm not going to put a lot of these in there because I'm also going to use a fork. Okay, that's enough pokes for now. Okay, let's get us a fork. Okay, and with the fork, go down into the middle where you have not poked, and poke it. And I mean, you're just going to poke, because we want some big ones to get it soaked in there. But we want several. I mean, we want this cake to just, you know, drench in this stuff. And there we go. All right. And we're going to get ready to cut our strawberries. And then once this is fully cooled, and these pokes will help it cool, we will pour our stuff on there and layer it up. We're ready to put our filling on there. So we're just going to take it. And we're just going to pour it over the top of it. We may not need this whole container because I don't want it absolutely too much in there. But we want to make sure we get it in them holes really good. Really, really good into the hose. Okay, I'm going to take some of this excess off. Over here. And I'm actually going to poke a few more holes into it with this wooden spoon because I want a couple more spots with this in there. Okay, let's pour, because if it would have been runnier, it would have soaked it up a lot more, but I just didn't feel like it this time making it runnier, so we're going to go with what we got. Okay, now we're going to take our whipped cream. And we are going to just, let me rinse this spoon off the phone. It's not really going to matter if, you know, you get it on there or not. Just start dabbing you some scoops on here real good. It's probably going to get mixed with the strawberry glaze. I'm almost 100% sure it will. And that's alright. The strawberry poke cake, so it's not going to matter. And then just start putting it down onto the cake, okay? Not the best because I can't use both my hands. So it's going to be kind of hard to try to put this on here like this. We'll get it. Actually, I'm going to take some of that excess off and we'll just dump it into this here. I'm going to put some more of that glaze on, not glaze, but whipped cream. I'm just going to get some of this excess stuff off of here, because I'm going to put some more whipped cream on it. Alright, and I'll come back in just a minute. Alright guys, the second layer is put on there. I just wanted to let you know that before you put your second layer on there, whip the whipped topping with a spoon to get the lumps out so that it's not thick when you put it on, so that when you smear it, you know, like you don't get like this right here, the little pink all over it. So it'll be pretty white. That way when you place your things on there, it'll be red, white, and blue. Alright, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start placing some of these berries on here. Like this. And just get them placed in there kind of nice. However the length you want them. No big deal. I'm thinking I'm going to go with 4 at the moment down. And I'll see in just a minute if I'd like to go down a little bit further or what I'd like to do. Thinking I'm going to go one more down. We'll get 5 rows there. And I'll actually go on over one more with the blueberries. There we go. I got our strawberries nice and finished. And with them, you just layer them across like that. Just like the American flag. Okay. You know, you got your red stripes and your white stripes, and this is what that is going to symbolize. We are a proud supporter here of our military. Very, very, very proud supporter of our military. And this is just a wonderful cake to represent our American flag for the United States of America. The country that I live in. Wonderful country. I kind of didn't put them. I'm afraid to lift them up, but I'm going to try. With those actually need to be brought just a tad bit closer together. You know, this doesn't have to be perfect. It makes it look pretty in itself. I mean, you don't have to really worry a whole lot about it being absolutely perfect. And we'll actually scoop this one on down and we'll add another one in there. So that it is completely filled pretty good. And so that with almost every bite, you can have a strawberry in there with it. And there you have it. Red, white, and blue. Strawberry poke cake with blueberries. Let this refrigerate for at least 3 hours. I'm going to let mine refrigerate overnight and then have it at a cookout we are having tomorrow. Thank you guys, and if you have any questions, just write them in the comments and like and subscribe. I will have several videos coming up, or if you can think of something that you want to see me make, this is Southern home cooking. Whatever you need, I got you covered. Thanks. Have a good night.